Hi everyone, I'm back. I hope you realize I wasn't here and maybe even missed me just a little bit in my absence Tuesday and yesterday. A brief explanation, which is kind of also serving another purpose in just a few moments. Nevertheless, glad to have you with us. It is Thursday. I'm having a hard time getting the date correct after not being here for 2 days. Makes it feel like a reset and Monday all over, perhaps in more ways than one. But indeed, it is Thursday. It is March the 5th, and it's also Sagersville Independent Day, which means the new issue hit the newsstands this morning and is, of course, available for your read. And as always, a wonderful, wonderful trip back in our historic page, sponsored weekly by Grover Arnott, attorney at law, and a lot of other really interesting and exclusive news and tidbits that you're just not going to find anywhere else. We hope you get one as soon as you can. On tonight's program, we have a report that I started before I left. Did not was not able to air on Monday. State champions in our midst. One of them now going on to the college level in the expertise and area of dance. We'll have that. We'll also have a Sagersville man who was taken into custody quite peacefully at the onset, but turned rather violent suddenly towards Paintsville police. We've also got a few other things and some important news to get to. As far as your weather forecast, well, what a difference a couple of days can make. We've got some flakes after some rain chances late tonight, some flakes tomorrow. No accumulation as far as the snow is concerned for any of us. You'll have to go to the extreme higher elevation areas of southeastern Kentucky to get on what might be a couple of inches for those folks. But it's going to be the cold air and the wind chill tomorrow that you will certainly know and feel. We've got a really nice Sunday in store, which of course will be the day that we will spring our clocks forward. A reminder as well. And then we've got rain moving in early next week and staying here for a few days, and it might add up to another significant rain event. It's always interesting in weather around here, almost always. We'll get to that in just a few seconds. A quick update on the coronavirus. Of course, nothing happening locally to talk about, fortunately, and I'm glad to express that and share that with you. Tennessee has its first positive case, a 44-year-old man who has been self-quarantined since showing some mild to moderate symptoms, self-isolated, and the first case out of Tennessee across the nation. In the United States, the number stands at 11 per last update. 11 people who have died from the coronavirus here in the United States. Meanwhile, here in Kentucky, though, the new announcement or the information that we have to share comes from the governor's office. Just earlier today, a press conference that he held that says that Kentucky, he confirms, does now have the ability to test for the coronavirus. Before, the only place that those tests could be done were in Atlanta, Georgia, at the CDC there. However, now here in Kentucky, we do have that ability, which will help in the monitoring of individuals. Right now, the state of Kentucky is still monitoring about 120 to 25 individuals that are showing symptoms, but still no positive cases. There have been 11 people tested, and so far all of those results here in Kentucky as well have come back negative. I was just absolutely heartbroken yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. I guess it was Tuesday, when while I out of town, I received a call that's saying that one of my friends, and I consider him a friend, and one of the avid readers of the Sagersville Independent, a Paintsville man who said he loved reading the Independent as good, if not better than any other paper he read. But Wallace Conley of Conley Tire passed away Tuesday at the age of 83. Wallace is survived by his son Chris, many of you know, and his wife Chastity, a daughter, Johnson County, of course, court clerk Sally Ann Conley, and her husband Winfield, and daughter-in-law Carrie Conley Ratliff, who was married to Wallace's late son. Funeral services, as I understand, have been set for this Saturday at 1 at the Jones and Preston Funeral Home, and the family says that if you'd like, in lieu of flowers, memorial donations can be made to the Oxshire Chapter 18 of the DAV through the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. Wallace was a treat to get to sit down and talk with each and every time that I went into Conley Tire and just spend a little time with. And great guy, certainly going to be missed, and certainly in Johnson County, a long time business staple and community staple as well. With that said, our first of our headlines tonight is that of a Sayersville man who was arrested in Johnson County by Paintsville police. It was actually a hang-up call from a motel room that led police there to initially taking a man in on drug charges, and they say that after going rather peacefully and mildly, he did a 180 and it got rather aggressive rather quickly. 36-year-old Brian Perkins was named in two separate citations. The first after Paintsville police received a complaint coming from room 201 at the Days Inn in Paintsville. It was actually a hang-up call from room 201, and once the officer arrived, he was given consent to search the room, where he found two syringes containing what the officer believed to be methamphetamine and another syringe with what he believed to be Suboxone, with the officer also finding Perkins with a handgun attached or holstered on his right hip, at which time Perkins admitted that he was a convicted felon, obviously in possession of that gun. So he was arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a controlled substance in the first and third degree for the syringes and the drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia. But he went peacefully and quietly while under arrest right up to the point that he was getting ready to be put in the back of the police cruiser, and that's when the officer says at that time he went from laughing and being mild-mannered to the complete opposite, saying his demeanor did a 180, and he became extremely aggressive, charging at not one but both of the officers who were trying to get him into custody, attempting to run away, ignoring commands, and resisting, again, quite aggressively, arrest. After police were able to get him into the cruiser, he was then charged additionally with disorderly conduct, menacing, and resisting arrest. Coming up next, research meeting participants are needed here in Magoffin and other area counties. I'll tell you in what area, not geographically, but what area they are needed and how it works and how it's a bit of a paid event as well, or participation, and what all you need to know from the University of Kentucky. That and other headlines next.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Look at that face. This is Katie. Katie is a super sweet, petite little girl who's a bit shy, but very well-mannered. But despite all of that, she's been at the Johnson County Animal Shelter since last October. She gets along great with other dogs and is very loving, and maybe around 2 years old. If you'd like to meet Katie or take her home, contact the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Our Pet of the Week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington and at ableeyes.com.
At work, we do a lot of live shows with crowds. I used to sit up there and not really know who was looking at me. I was finally tired of contacts and glasses, tired of paying for contacts, and I just decided I need to get these eyes fixed. Able Eyes was great. If someone asked me if they should get LASIK, I would absolutely recommend it. At first, like many people, I'm hesitant, but after going to Able Eyes and they walk me through it, I know that it's a quick and painless process, and I recommend going to Able Eyes. They were the best.
Right now, you can take advantage of their lowest prices of the year at $1,800 per eye.
It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with FlavorX. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your FlavorX flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. Creekside Stitching and Feed is the place to go for all of your custom embroidery needs. Shirts, caps, jackets, and more. And they've got the best prices on value-pack dog food, Blue Ribbon beef mix, kickin' chicken, and shell and cracked corn. And premium quality gates, hay rings, and bunk feeders, plus metal carports and garages as low as $1,400 installed. For all of your embroidery, feed, and farm supplies, Creekside Stitching and Feed, 1 mile up Bear Branch off of Route 30.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration with professional, licensed, and certified commercial and residential service technicians that can maintain and repair all manufacturers with new and old installation and financing available. Serving Magoffin, Morgan, Lawrence, Martin, Johnson, Floyd, and Breathitt counties. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, 349-1058 or 225-6779. With decades of experience and happy customers all over Kentucky, All Pro Gutter Works and Construction is now proud to offer long-term and 0% financing on their home improvements and home construction. That's new windows and floors, new bathrooms and kitchens, new roofs, siding, decks and porches, new turnkey homes and offices, and of course, continuous guttering in 21 colors. Locally, family-owned and operated, and waiting on your next project and phone call. All Pro Gutter Works. The University of Kentucky is asking me to tell everyone that research meeting participants are needed here in Magoffin and other counties. Researchers in geology and communication at the University of Kentucky are conducting a research study this year, the first half of this year, in the Big Sandy region, of course, Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Pike counties. The study's goal is to find ways to share relevant geological information with community members. To do that, researchers are assembling a 10-person project advisory board for each county made up of people who live and work in those counties. The project advisory boards will meet twice. Those meetings will last 2 to 4 hours. Food and drinks will be provided. And during those meetings, project advisory board members will watch a brief presentation on Kentucky geology and the Kentucky Geological Survey, and then complete a series of guided discussions and activities. And you're paid to do so, $60, I believe, cash per meeting. They're looking for participants who are 18 years of age or older and can commit to attending both of those meetings in your respective county where you live and or work. They're going to schedule the meetings, of course, to accommodate your schedule as well, making them very accessible. If you're interested, my apologies, if you're interested, you can contact Dr. Lauren Cagle. I meant to have her number on screen, and I do not, 859-257-1115. I will forward that over to the community calendar for tomorrow night's program, where you can have that number should you need it or desire to be a part or find out more. With that said, I've got a dancing update for you next from the Magoffin County High School dance team. They've added to their already outstanding competition history, and they've made some new history all their own by becoming the first ever 57th District champion. The girls from the dance team at the high school are just back from the Katy Co state competition as state champions. 2 more titles they brought home this year again. And just before they left, they took the very first ever 57th District title. It's more than just a big deal.
Big deal, yes. I got in contact with the coach from Martin County, and I said, you know, it's time for dance to shine. And we all had teams, and I said, why not have a competition? And so she was just like, let me get up with my AD, and we got it put together, and we actually got to compete at a district level at the district tournament rather than just be entertainment. You know, we actually got to compete, and we won the 57th District first ever dance championship.
The Magoffin County High School dance program has got a very long and successful and storied history, and of course, as you well know, I'm sure by now, I lived through much of that. Their current coach, Andrea Preston, has actually taken the Magoffin County High School team to state, and for 7 of the last 8 years, come home as state champions. And that's not even counting the championships before under Coach Andrea Allen. And this year, they again traveled and competed at the state level, and again, they won.
It was amazing. So many good teams there from all over the state. We competed in the medium division, and we competed in pom, jazz, and prop, and we ended up getting first place in prop. And I feel like our biggest obstacle was jazz. Jazz is so technical that it's a really, really hard category to win in, and we haven't won in jazz in 3 or 4 years. So to be able to bring that back home again was amazing. And then we also placed third in the pom category.
So I say that to give you a bit of a timeline, because it was during that interview on Monday that we spoke about a very big upcoming event, which was actually yesterday, which my beloved son Andrew was gracious enough to bring me back some footage from. It was the first of not one but 2 signings by Magoffin County High School dance team seniors to go on and dance their way through college.
As of right now, I have 2 of my seniors signing with colleges to dance and further their dance careers at the college level. Miss Adriana Blanton is signing with the University of the Cumberlands, and Madison Line will be signing with Pikeville University.
How happy are you for those girls?
Well, for me, this is the first time I've ever got to experience this as a coach and got to go to like a signing, and it's a big deal. And these girls, I mean, they're so excited, and I'm so excited for them because, you know, dance doesn't have to end at the high school level. You can go to college, get a degree, and, you know, receive money to go and do something that you love. And that's what really, you know, I think has motivated them to want to work hard this year and get that scholarship.
It's time I'd like to turn it over to Adriana to see what she would like to say.
Me, huh?
It's part of it.
Why didn't you just tell me that before? Okay, well, I've danced my whole life, so I'm pretty excited to keep doing that in college, and I guess that's all I have to say. Because you put me on the spot.
Miss Preston.
I'd like to say I'm really proud of Adriana and that she's reached out to further her education, number 1, and to continue dancing. I'm really proud of the dancer that you've turned into over these last few years. You're a great leader.
Coach.
We are super excited to have her for this upcoming season. As our dance team is growing, little by little, she's going to be a great asset this year and go right into that lineup. And we hope to see many more of you, and I hope I get to make this trip a couple more times in the future.
And with the stroke of the pen making it official, Adriana Blanton has danced her way into the college level. And in the coming days, Miss Madison Line will do as well on her way to the University of Pikeville. So much more to come in the next edition. Up next, a lot happening on tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. We'll start it off with the birthday, telling Marvin a happy birthday to you. Birthday wishes today to Marvin Watson. Marvin loves Sherry, Leanne, Neal, Bill, Holly, Caden, Will, and Margie, and the fam and the friends. Birthday wishes going out tonight to Marvin Watson. Happy, happy birthday to you. Now, going on to the rest of the calendar, it's kindergarten registration time at the Sagersville Grade School, going on now till the end of the month of March. If your child turns 5 on or before August the 1st, they're eligible to go to kindergarten, which is where it all begins. If you have any questions about what you need, like the birth certificate, valid immunization record, social security card, and physical and vision exams and what have you, call 349-3411. Don't forget the Water into Wine Food Pantry at the Lakefront Church of God is serving the community on Wednesdays 9 till noon, except for the last Wednesday of the month when it's 4 to 6. And their commodity day is the third Thursday of each month, the 19th of this month, starting at 12:30 until they're gone. If you have any questions, call 244-4818. A reminder about next Wednesday's free health fair at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, hosted by the Magoffin County Senior Citizens. But this is open to the public and anyone of all ages, and it's free. All sorts of health checks, all sorts of local health providers will be there. And we're here for you each and every weeknight, 6 and 11. And remember, on Foothills Communications as well, the following morning at 7 and 9 for your news. And, of course, birthdays and anniversaries and calendar announcements. Tell me, and I'll tell everyone else about them. From there, funeral service announcements, beginning with those which were held earlier today for 39-year-old Melissa Collett Wheeler of Collett Branch. She passed away on the 1st. The daughter of Ronnie and Lola Collett, who survived. She is as well survived by a son, Peyton Wheeler, and daughters Presley, Caldwell, and Olivia Collett. Once again, service is held earlier today. 37-year-old Michelle Ann Cole Branham of Coal Creek Road passed away on the 4th, the daughter of Richard and Emma Burgett Cole, who survived. She is also survived by daughter Gabrielle Page Branham. Visitation is going to be tomorrow evening after 5 and up until services, which start Saturday morning at 11, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 74-year-old Marshall Martin Conley of Horsepen passed away this week on yesterday's date. Marshall was the son of the late Raymond and Beatrice Conley and is survived by sisters Sally Patrick, Barbara Chandler, and Sudell Alt. A memorial service for Marshall Conley will be announced at a later date by the Sayersville Funeral Home. And lastly, one announcement tonight which comes in loving memory of A.G. Cole, who would have been 70 this week on the 3rd. Loved and greatly missed by Lona, family, and friends. At Sayersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sayersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sayersville National. If your spring projects include gravel, rock, sand, or drainage pipe, your dollar will go farther at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply here in Sayersville. It's always in stock and ready for pickup and delivery. And now there's 2 locations for all of your feed and farm needs. Tomahawk has the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on all pet and livestock feed, gates, fencing, and everything your farm needs. In Sayersville off 114 at Red Light number 3, and in West Liberty on Liberty Road behind the Ford store. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply. Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Has spring ever arrived at the seasonal shop? If you're tired of those gray, rainy days, you need to come in because the shop is filled wall to wall with spring arrivals. The new Charlie Page spring line is filled with beautiful colors, prints, and styles for everyone. They've got accessories for every occasion, new jewelry, bags, and shoes. And spring is the perfect time for some redecorating or adding a few new accessories to your home. And their home decor is some of the most beautiful they've ever had. Farmhouse, traditional, equestrian, rustic, they have it all. So come into the shop and let them help you add to your home. And remember, they also offer wedding and baby registry and free local delivery at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Need an oil change? Are your brakes shot? Are you ready to turn the wick up on your diesel or lift up and accessorize your 4x4? Or get that dent fixed once and for all? Then call the professionals at Black Smoke Performance for all of your maintenance needs and auto body repair, from insurance collisions to full restoration projects. Black Smoke Performance on May Drive in Dixie of Sayersville, 3498785. Real quickly before an update on the 15th Region Tournament and all that's happening weather-wise, a little bit of an explanation and self-promotion in the following pictures that I brought back from Louisville. from being gone the past couple of days. There's nothing like going back to school, I guess, even if it is just for 2 days. But just to kind of let you know that I wasn't lying down on the job yesterday and day before, and to let everyone know about a new facet of the sign and graphics part of the business that we started here at Your News Today in the Sagersville Independent last year, that we started rather slowly but has certainly grown in the past several months. Just a couple of pics from a class that I went to in Louisville at a very large graphics operation to learn how to, among other things, install vehicle, car, and other graphics. It was actually a pretty intense 2 days at Louisville. The Roland Corporation, which is the manufacturer of the printer and some of the equipment that I use here, uses a company based in Louisville for these training sessions, where there was about 12 of us literally from all over the United States who had come there, of course, at a significant fee to learn more about not just the car wrapping and vehicle wrapping process, but also things associated to it. We spent 2 days, 2 rather intense days, wrapping vehicles, portions of vehicles, learning tips and tricks of the trade. These being just a few pictures that I snapped along the way, not having time to take too many. That being my new friend Gonzo, who was taking a picture of one of the hoods that we actually wrapped. As you well know, we've had the sign shop now for quite some time here at the Independent and Your News Today offices, and I've been adding a little bit to that, a little bit as we go along whenever I felt comfortable in getting into a new area. And taking this class was a must to learn how to be able to print, manufacture, and install correctly, which is the really important part in doing vehicle and car graphics. It's all about the install, 90% of it, in my opinion. So very soon, we'll be rolling out a few of our first projects and hope that you will take a look and take us into consideration for your next sign project, whether it be something as simple as banners, window, floor, car, graphics of any nature. We can do just about anything and everything here at Independent Signs at the Sagersville Independent and Your News Today office. So with my being there, I obviously haven't made it to the expo for any 15th region action thus far. I'm not sure when I am. I'm going to try to get there at least for the championships, but just to kind of let you know how it has gone thus far in the girls bracket. In the very first games on Monday night of this week, Floyd Central defeated Martin County by 1 point in the first game. Shelby Valley defeated Pike Central by 20 points in the second game of Monday night. And then Tuesday night of this week, the girls from Belfry took out the Lady Eagles of Johnson Central by 1 point. And then Pikeville defeated Lawrence County in the second game Tuesday night, 69-51. The next round of girls play is tomorrow night. Floyd Central and Shelby Valley, and then Belfry and Pikeville. 6:30 and around 8:15 tomorrow night at the Expo. And the girls' championship is this Saturday, of course, the Expo. As for the boys, they've not seen quite as much action. They are still working on their first round games. On night before last night, rather, the boys of Pikeville trounced Belfry 90-63, and then Martin County boys won over Prestonsburg 77-51. So the 57th district champs of Martin County have now advanced to take on Pikeville, and they will do so this Saturday at 6:45. The second round of the first round boys games is set for tonight. Lawrence County and Paintsville start at 6:30. I wish I could be there for that one. I'm not going to make it. And then Phelps and Shelby Valley in game 2 tonight. The boys' championship will be next Monday after the following games. Here's your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which has a lot in it. We got a blustery day tomorrow. You're going to know the wind chill because it's going to be cold on its own, and then we're going to see some certainly gusty winds. We're going to see a few sprinkles, a few flakes, nothing adding up precipitation-wise. We are going to see a nice, at least, end to your weekend before the rain rolls in for days next week. We're going to have to watch those rainfall estimates. Also, of course, a reminder, and I'll remind you each and every night, I don't know of any other time in the world that I ever enjoy losing an hour of sleep like I do, the one that we're going to lose this Saturday night into your Sunday. A lot of folks don't look forward to this, but hey, it's more daylight, and I'm all for it as we spring those clocks forward. Don't forget, Saturday night into your Sunday morning. With that in mind, here's how your Licking Valley RECC forecast spells it out. A low tonight around 35 degrees. We are going to see a chance of some sprinkles after midnight, up to about 2 or so. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy, and then skies are going to clear towards daybreak. Again, 35 tonight. A light wind out of the west, maybe 3 to 5 on average. Tomorrow, though, a chance of some sprinkles and flurries in the morning. Then some scattered rain and snow showers for your Friday. We're talking about cloudy skies and temperatures falling to around 35 by about 10 a.m. So we'll see a low tonight of 35. It will pick up a couple of degrees early and then fall right back down to 35 by about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to do that with the help of breezy conditions, winds out of the west anywhere from 11 to 15 on average, gusting upwards of 20 to 21 miles per hour at times. And a chance of rain and snow showers will continue throughout the rest of your Friday, still to the tune of 30% throughout the rest of the evening and overnight, and winds still out of the west from anywhere from 7 to 13 to 17 miles per hour. So a breezy, blustery, cold day tomorrow, going back and forth between a little rain and a little snow. For your weekend, though, a definite improvement. Now, some early flurries flying about Saturday, but we'll slowly get to about 48 degrees for daytime highs and clear skies by Saturday afternoon and evening and night. Lows around 29 that night. And Sunday's definitely the winner. 61 sunny degrees for the latter half of your weekend. Dry and calm and partly cloudy that night. A really nice way to go out on the weekend. Shame we couldn't have the whole weekend that way. Anyway, we'll start off next week on that note, though. 60s and sunny on your Monday. And still dry. But our next round of rain moves in before Monday is over. Right now it looks to move in late after around 10 o'clock or so Monday night. And when it gets here, it stays here. Rain after 10 o'clock Monday night. More rain Tuesday. Still 60s for highs. Upper 40s for low. More rain on Wednesday. Still low 60s for highs. Low 40s for lows. But more rain. Tuesday and Wednesday. Rain lingering into your Thursday to the tune of about 30%. Highs back down to the mid-50s under mostly cloudy skies as the rain will finally start to wane. Well, that's a wrap. One of the things on my radar for tomorrow's show, continued vehicles traveling the Mountain Parkway in the wrong direction. It happened again just last night there, the portion that I have shown on the news so many times that has gotten a lot of attention from the state as far as signage on the road and beside it. However, it is still a serious issue. It happened again last night, and it's happened several times over the past several months. There was to be another project done by the state or through the state in regards to some barrels, but we know that's not happened. I'm trying to find out what's going on there. We'll have to wait and see even if that helps, as motorists at some times are still continuing to get into the wrong lane of travel while traveling east, getting into those westbound lanes. That and a few other things that I'm working on, for which we will talk all about when I see you back here next time. For now, good night. It's glad to be back, and thank you for, I'm glad to be back at least, and thank you for watching.